What is that?
Words or voice, prepared statements, on loudspeakers, or just yelling in general. So, that being the case, again, this is
It's not a flag.
where we have the right, we have the freedom
Where's this at?
to assemble and make our voices heard.
New York.
And this is the inevitable result of
Hey,
what happened.
those shits, I'm gonna be super fucking lit. I infused both pieces of bread, and once the burgers get done melting, I'm gonna layer the top of the
Oh my
burgers.
God.
Word is energy. What they're trying to do there is mimic, approach the energies that happened at the beginning of the Big Bang. When all the energy that was released, some of it stayed energy, a lot of it turned into matter. And so if you want to understand the nature of that matter, you need to pull it apart and have a good look at it. And you do that by banging particles into each other that smash into their constituent particles, elements, even smaller and smaller and smaller subatomic elements. And you need huge energies to do that. You're accelerating protons, the building blocks of atoms, around this ring at near the speed of light and smashing them into each other, and they fly apart, revealing all the constituents and other elements and energies that make up matter in the universe.
And why is this research so important?
Well, if we want to understand our place in the universe, we need to get as deep down as we can get. And in order to do that, you need these energies. And that's what they're doing. They're upgrading the injectors that fire the particles. They're not upgrading the magnets so much as retraining the magnets that direct these particles so that you can get these higher and higher energies. And also they're getting higher collision rates, because when you're doing these experiments where maybe 1 in 1,000 times you get the result you want, you need to do them many, many, many times over and over again. And, the answer to why are we doing it is, if we want to understand the universe, our place in the universe, we need to get as fundamental understanding of it as we can. It's called the Standard Model. And what these guys are trying to do is break the Standard Model to see if it holds up to everything they can find out. Everything we know about the universe is all lumped together in this idea of the Standard Model.
So what kind of timelines are we looking at here?
I won't see it. It's impossible to know, because each time they do something, they find out something else. Until 2012, the Higgs boson was something on an equation, and then the Large Hadron Collider proved it. The things that are going to be very interesting in the next part, in the next few years, I was talking to a physicist at CERN, not involved with the Large Hadron Collider, but with the antimatter factory, which we're going to visit on Razor in a couple of weeks, which I'm very excited about. He said the raison d'etre for the Large Hadron Collider now is to try and discover dark matter. Dark matter in that Standard Model that I was talking about, and dark energy, are the bits we know have to be there, but we have no idea what they are.
But the answers to the universe are years and years and years, decades away.
We may never get all the answers to it. As J.B. Haldane said, the universe is not only very strange, it's far stranger than...
Alright, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. On to the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Lord, and you brothers be edified. So something that's going on in the scientific world on July 5th, which has, has interesting things that's going on with that, as far as we know. All right, and with the thing that is interesting and is really intriguing about this event that's about to take place is that they have like this tendency. Esau like has a tendency of showing things that he attempts to do, or he have done, which we all know is what predictive programming. And the predictive programming that's being set in the minds of the people right now is that, if you watch another good show, it's always good to watch certain different things, because these are arts of the elites that's forecasting their future or forecasting the things of what they plan to do, which is what predictive programming. And sometimes it's not just for entertainment purposes. So you have this common trend that's going on with shows of portals being open and ripping open and letting demonic spirits coming in. Prime example, a good show that I like to watch, and a lot of us brothers do like to watch, is the show of Stranger Things. And that whole pretty much the whole show from the beginning of the season until the very, I didn't get to see the last of the last episode of this recent season, has been about opening a portal. But it so happens that season 4 wrapped up prior to July 5th. Now, what's so important by July 5th? Well, that's where they plan to open up, or claim to open up, some sort of portal. All right, and they're trying to recreate the Big Bang. In other words, they're trying to recreate the beginning of time. So Esau has this tendency of just trying to repeat what the Most High had done, because that's the kind of spirit that the Lord gave him. He gave him that deep research spirit. All right, so when I was looking it up, you know, because we like to look up things, and later looked up CERN, right? So if you could check out CERN, look at the image. Let me see. I just saw the thing. Well, you can see. Look what they have. Bafi, right? Showing that this is a satanic thing. Let me see. Well, let's stick to the CERN, the symbol right there. That's 3 6s. All right. So I look up the etymology of CERN. It says a European Organization for Nuclear Research. All right. Which is in French. I don't know how to say Organisation Européenne pour. Yeah, it's the same thing. So, so I looked up other things about CERN. CERN is the fact of no, that's not the one I saw. All right, bang, word CERN, right? So it's the etymology, 5th century late Latin, literally to be informed. It's a passive Latin. I don't know how to say that. To inform or ultimately form. So it's pretty much to be informed. All right, that's the word CERN means. But we see the etymology is pretty much is a council. Well, did I read that part? That's kind of important. It says is a European research organization that operates the largest particle in physics. I believe I was watching a video. Brother broke down that physics goes back to some deity, some I don't know if it was a Greek god, a Greek goddess, physics, because that's what Esau is into. He's into old knowledge and naming the old knowledge after something that he's trying to accomplish. All right, so there you go. You have it. This is the council that decides to make all these things. I'm gonna bring out scriptures, but there was something else I wanted to search. What did I say? Oh yeah, physics. Look up the. Let's look it up. Now I want to ask slow. Physics. Physics. Let's go. What? Etymon? Yes. Let's look up to. There you go. Wow, really? Alright, let's look up the word physics. It says physics, natural science. The science of principle, operative, organic nature for the from physics in sense of natural science. All right, from the Greek, literally natural things. The title, the current science of property. All right, so that's what the etymology of physics is. Let's see how deep it goes. It says physics, a natural portion. I want to see what it stems from. Pretty much says the same thing. Make and grow. All right. It says physics in Astral is science of what Greeks called, or physics. I don't know how to say it, so. A word which translates natural, but has not exact the meaning which attached to the word. Whereas the grow, one might say it's the natural of an acorn to grow. That's about it. That's what it says. So I don't know where the brother got that from, but it probably is. It's probably true. Because anything that deals with certain aspects of science and math, really science and art goes back to the Greeks, and their goddess status. Like for instance, the medical field goes back to Apollo, which one of his sons, with 3 kids or something like that, and they all represent some sort of form of what we use as modern day medicine. Okay, so it's not far-fetched, even with music. Okay, the muse, that goes back to the Greeks. So all these things, they're not by accident but coincidence. But going back to this thing, the CERN thing, which shows you that this man's on a level of trying to achieve something that the Lord might allow him to achieve to his own detriment. So let me get a couple scriptures, like I said. I'm gonna make this long. I believe it's 1 Timothy 3:16. Salakia. Let me get a. First Timothy's, oh no. Yeah, 1 Timothy 6:20. It says, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. What is that which is committed? These laws, statutes, and commandments, the scriptures. Alright? The breakdown, Yahweh Shai. That is what's committed. When you commit to something, that means that you're full-hearted into it. Alright? So we believe in this, so we're committed to this. This is our life, this is our everything. It says, to thy trust, evading profane and vain babblings, which is what? Stay away from people that really, if you're not trying to gain a soul, like if somebody is in the streets and they say they don't believe in the Most High, which that goes into Psalms 14:1, okay, you'll avoid that person. Why go back and forth with somebody that doesn't believe? Our job is to go out there and to gain the gainsayers, so to speak. Okay, them that believe, that have an increment of life. All right, and you don't find that here just by just pointless arguing. So you avoid those people. It says, in the opposition of science, falsely so called. In the opposition of science meaning knowledge. So the knowledge on the left hand side, we're supposed to just avoid that, because there's nothing coming to it. They all come to the same conclusion. Look at the great scientists of the past, what they call great scientists. All right, when one guy comes in my head, Stephen Hawking in his deathbed, pretty much before his deathbed, admitted that there is a God. All right. So all this things that they're trying to accomplish, is to non-avail. It's to non-appointments. Okay. So this science falsely so-called, we must avoid that. Because now we're seeing that Esau is trying to recreate something that had order and structure, and he's trying to do something greatly on the left-hand side, proving that what we are fighting. We always been fighting things that we can't see. Ephesians 6:10, it says, I'll start at 10, the point is at 12. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor that you may be able, put the whole armor of the Most High that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And what is wiles in the Greek is methodos, which means trickery. All right, the trickery. So, because what devil, which is in the Greek and the Latin, is diablo, which means deceiver, but mainly slanderer. Okay, and one of the greatest threat to anyone is what's in your mind, and that's what Satan would do. He would mess with your mind. So you look at the word, like I said, it's cunning arts, deceit, craft, trickery. All right, traveling over, that is trickery, while in wait. As Scripture says about Satan as a roaring lion, seeking who he may destroy. All right, tells you in Job's second chapter, was it second? No, the first chapter, how Satan was going up and down, seeking he may destroy. So we have powers on the left-hand side that goes out there to actually throw men off his course. Okay, so we're supposed to put this whole armor, which is what the Scriptures says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, which is what? Spirits. Now there's a video circulating also, a woman had caught on camera of a crowd of people, I guess the people that's going out there losing their shit for this abortion thing, and they're going crazy, and you can see a dark entity that's going around everybody's mind. Okay, and what does that mean? Well, what's my favorite scripture? Proverbs. When you're, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Let me get that real quick. Slack, yeah. It's not gonna pop up like that. Type in walls. Because you have to set the environment. The environment is set. Whatever's coming, or has came, or whatever, these people are propped up. They have no protection. They have no hedge right now. I believe it's, yep, Proverbs 25:28. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down without walls. A city that's broken down without walls is anything could go into that city. So now, when those people in that audience, or protesting, whatever, and that dark entity was circling in their minds and making them do things or whatever, it's because what? They have no walls, they have no protection, they got no hedge, they don't believe in anything. Okay, so if they don't believe in anything, they got no walls, they have no protection, they're acceptable to spirits. All right, they're all acceptable to spirits. So these spirits that's out there, they seeking who they may destroy. All right, mainly with the chief spirit of them all, Satan. Let me go back to this real quick. Ephesians 6. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, which we established is, look it up again, beginning, origin, principality, the fifth one, first place, principality, rule, majesty, of angels and demons. Right? It says against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, which is what? Esau, the so-called white man, and his crafty counsel. Okay? That's who's counseling all these things to take place. Matter of fact, my favorite scripture, another one of mine, Psalms 64, and I start at 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Matter of fact, let's look up the word insurrection. It says Thor and company. All right, scheming. It says tumultuous crowd, company, insurrection. So these are the people that's deliberately corrupting the word of the Most High. Flat out. They did it in darkness, now is out in the open. It says for the workers of iniquity, which is what? Sin upon sin, which is the quick breakdown of that. All right. It says who whet their tongues like a sword, who bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. And that's encouraging themselves in the evil matter, because what they're trying to accomplish. They're trying to accomplish something diabolical, matter of fact. And the guides of science, all right, which is knowledge. And this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to accomplish this great feat. They're trying to repeat the beginning. Okay? It says they commune of laying snares, which is what? Traps. Privately they say, who shall see them? And that's that dark counsel. All right? When the scriptures tells you, matter of fact, I can come back to that. Isaiah 47 and 9. Isaiah 47 and 12. It says, now stand now with thine enchantments, with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. When you analyze that, when you read Job, I believe the 20th chapter, it tells you the sins of his bones since the beginning of time. So this counsel, this wicked, evil counsel they've been trying to do since the beginning of time, they have graduated, so to speak. All right. If so be that shall be able to profit, if so be that mayest prevail. So the Lord said, look, when this destruction comes onto you, because it will come, see if you can get yourself out of that situation with the same thing that you've been doing for a long period of time. All right. Sorceries is something that's constantly doing, but enchantments is something that that's why they keep showing these things on film. All right, because that's an enchantment. Let's look up the word enchantment. Associated band, shared association, magicians, charmer, spell. So they're putting the spells on the people. Okay, so they're using, which is the word kabar. This is what they're doing onto the people. It tells you in Nahum 3 and 4 that they rely on their sorcery, and this is what they're doing. It says, thou art worried in thy multitude of thy counsels. And what constantly they having counsels after counsels of how to throw everything off course, how to throw everything that the Most High created off course. Another show to watch is Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's a whole bunch of episodes dealing with opening portals and taking cubes, black cubes, and all these things, man. All right, you got AI, which is artificial intelligence. The AI draw itself as an old Jewish man, so they're preparing everyone with these spirits, man. They guiding the spirits to the people. That's why you have TVs and everything like that, because the media puts spirits on people. So this America, Esau deals on the left hand side at everything. It says, worried in thy multitude of thy counsels, let the astrologers, stargazers, and monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. So what is the Lord saying? All these things that you lean on, have that save you when that time comes. Because we're not dealing with small things, man. We're dealing with a heavy demonic presence in this world, because it all starts from breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, and these rituals that they constantly be doing, the vibrations that they be throwing out there. Okay, so which they're going to be able to do that, which is going to lead to what Wisdom of Solomon. I was going to quote a couple things because it's almost time for me to go. When the Lord had sent the apparitions onto Egypt, okay, and people's going to start seeing apparitions. Matter of fact, see if I can find it. Job, was it Job 4 and 14 or something like that? Yes. Job, I'm starting at 13. And the thoughts from the vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth on man, fear came upon me, and trembling, which made all my bones to shake. Then a spirit passed before my face. The hair of my flesh stood up. And this is Job. So this is Job's experience. All right. So a spirit came by and passed him. It says, and stood still, but I could not discern from the form thereof. And an image was before mine eyes, and there was silence, and I heard a voice saying, shall mortal man be more just than the Most High? Shall a man be more pure than his maker? So this is what a spirit told Job. How much more these elites, all right, and their wickedness, all right, and all the things that they're doing. They think that they're purer than the Most High. And the Most High, at any command, could have spirits do whatever he wants. So Esau is caught up in a quagmire, so to speak. I should look it up, but I don't got that much time. Let me get this real quick. I'm going to end it off on, Job 18. And it says 18 and 7. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. And once again, it's not just talking about your astrologers and your prognosticators and all that. It's all these demons that they be summoned. Even Elon Musk said that they summoning demons. Okay, so his own counsel is going to turn on him, because these demons are, which demons means intelligence. They're far intelligent than this man, and they double agents. Okay, these demons are double agents. They work for the Most High. It says, for he is cast into a net by his own feet. What is a net? A net is something that you set a trap. By his own feet, he's casting his own net. All right, and walketh upon a snare, which is a trap again. The jinn shall take him. Now, when you look up the word jinn, which is patak, bird trap, trap, snare, trap, calamities, plots, source of agent of calamity. So the source of agent of calamity is what? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is setting them up. Okay, he could reintroduce anything. He could bring in whatever he wants to bring. It's not gonna fail anything that the Lord has planned for him. All right. It says the jinn shall take him by the hill, which goes back to Jacob and Esau when they was born, showing that the Lord is for us, and the robber shall prevail against him. Who's that robber? Yahweh Shai. All right, he's gonna rob him. He's gonna take everything from him. Everything that he has established, it will be taken. It says, the snare is laid for him in the ground, a trap for him in the way. So this whole entire thing of CERN is a trap. All right, even the smartest, well, the so-called smartest of them tell you that these spirits from the other realm they'll see men as a bunch of ants. Who's so dumb to allow something that sees you as an ant? Ant is nothing. All right, showing that this is a trap that the Most High has set before him. It says, terror shall make him afraid on every side. It should drive him to his feet. It says his strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It says it shall devour the skin. I'm sorry. It shall devour the strength of his skin, which is what? His witchcraft. Everything's gonna be taken from him in 1 hour. Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. And who's the firstborn of death? Yahweh Shai. So what's something real quick through the spirit before camp? Shalom to the elect of the nations. Shalom.